Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, class. So we are in lecture number 10 of the mobile application development course, and we are implementing news reader app. As you know that this is a large complex app having many different concepts and tools and classes working together. So we have to break it down into uh, different tasks or different parts and then work on each part. So in this app, once again we are going to see how to get data from JSON array, and then how to convert or how to store that data into a JSON object, and then how to parse a JSON object. Parsing means how to select a particular data from JSON object, and then how to display data, title, interested or own interested information, that is title and URL from the parsed data, how to log the title and URL, and how to get HTML content from the URL. So as you people know that this course is very much practical in nature, so there is no such thing as a lot of theory. So this course is not theoretical. So I'll be jumping once again I will be jumping into my Android Studio code. And in the previous lecture we said that the number of articles that we want to display on the screen would be 20. If it is less than 20, then that will be the upper bound. So for example, if the number of articles fetched from the API is 15, so 15 will be the upper bound. But if it is more than 20, then in that case the upper bound will be 20. But after fetching IDs for each article, we want to display those articles. And here you can see that we have different article IDs for different articles. So there are a lot of them, but we are only interested in the top 20. Okay, so we used this URL from this website. Let me go back. Okay, we used here. So this API is just telling us information about only one particular article, and that article is my YC app, Dropbox, throw away your USB drive. So the article ID is 8863, but we are interested in top 20 article IDs. So in that case, what we did, we split this URL and we concatenate it with article ID. Article ID is nothing but a string that contains the article IDs for different articles. And then we open up our URL connection using URL open connection, parse it into HTTP URL connection and assign it to URL object. And then after you open the connection, you have to get input data by calling get input stream function, and then store that input stream into input stream object. And then once it is stored, we have to read that input data. For that we use another class, input stream reader. We use the object of that class called input stream reader, and then we pass it input stream as its constructor parameter. And then we read data from this input stream reader byte by byte and assign it to data. And then we declare another string object. This string object will hold the IDs for different articles in the form of string. So currently our data is in the form of bytes. So for that we converted it into character, stored it in a character variable called char, and then we assign that character into a string variable called article info. And then we move on and we get another byte by calling input stream reader dot read method, and this while loop will continue until we have data for our 20 articles. So why this is 20 article? Because we are only interested in displaying 20 article, and here you can see that we have set the upper bound for it. But if it is less than 20, then that will be the upper bound. Alright, we also displayed our article information and we log it using this statement. You can see it over here. So these are the 20 JSON information. So this is JSON array. So you can count them. All of them are 20. This is the title and this is the URL. We are only interested in title and URL. So keep that in mind. because next we want to parse the title and the URL from our JSON object. For that, let me move on and let us delete this statement because I won't be deleting it. I'm just going to comment it out because it is always better to comment them because we may find it useful in the future. Alright, so now that we have JSON article information, the next thing is to how to parse title and URL from our JSON array data. Okay, so alright, so for that, let me declare a JSON object by simply writing JSON object and JSON object equals new JSON object and pass it article info as your data because it will extract data from article info string. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is to extract if is to see whether or not our JSON object has the title and the URL. So for that, let me okay, let me write if statement. If not, JSON object is null. So it means that uh, if we have uh, is null title true and it will convert it into the not operator will make our statement I mean it will convert it. So this is the first line and not JSON object is null. This means that we do have both our URL as well as okay. Okay, I think we have some extra braces. Okay, let me put curly brace. The title should be in double quotes. So that's my error. Okay, so what's wrong? It says that operator and cannot be applied to Java lang string boolean. Okay, let me see. If not, JSON object is null. Title and not JSON object. I think I have spelled it correctly. Is null URL. Okay, let me rewrite this statement because I think I have imported wrong class. So JSON object JSON object equals new JSON object pass it as article info. Okay, I think the problem is here somewhere. I have those curly braces. And I think I need okay, I don't have to put this brace, and then I also have to remove this. Okay, there was some typo, there are a lot of curly braces, so this thing happens. So now that if we have the title and if we have the URL, then we will go inside the body of this loop. This means that is null will be false, and then that false will be converted into true by this not operator. Because if we have a title and is null, we are applying is null, so it will return false, and then the false will again get converted into true. So then we can store our string article title information inside a separate uh, JSON object. Get this is called parsing. I mean, here we are getting or selecting a particular information. The first one is title, and the second one is string article URL, and give it as JSON object dot get string, and we are interested in URL. Alright, so why is this? Okay, so there was once again a typo, and now I want to log this information. So I'm going to say log of I, and I'm going to say the title is title and URL, and I want to log what article title concatenated with article URL, and put a semicolon. So here let us see, let us run it, and let us see whether or not we are retrieving this article title and URL. So it may take some time, but we'll wait patiently. Let me open this. Let the Gradle complete its job. Okay. So now you see that we have a title, and yes, now you see that we have a title and their respective URLs. So these are the title: mental wealth, every computer system is the stat machine, black holes are like hologram, and their respective HTTP. So now that we have the title and URL, we can go ahead and extract the HTML information from the article URL. So for that, I'm going to go here. Once again, I am going to comment it out, because now we want to extract our XML or HTML content from this URL. We want to make sure that we have the data, we have all the data that is required by the app. So for that, I'll be writing some code, and once again, first we are going to use a new URL. So URL, and that would be of article URL. get the article URL, and then we have to open up connection by, so for opening connection we use a URL connection, and URL dot open connection. You also not to forget to uh, like cast it. Okay, so we have the URL, we open up a connection. The next thing is to get the input stream. So input stream is equal to URL connection dot get input stream. And the next thing is to use input stream reader in order to read the record. Input stream reader, and pass it our input stream. So this will enable it to read the data for us. So I think we do not need double parentheses. And then after that, I'm going to say, once again, I'm going to retrieve that data by using a data variable. So data assignment operator input stream reader dot read. So I'll be reading that data byte by byte. So okay, after that we are going to define another string variable, because we want to store the byte data into a string. So that will be article content. This is nothing but HTML content. Moving ahead, I want to use while loop. While data is not equal to -1, this means that we have something, then we can move ahead and we can say that we want to get the first byte, convert it into character and store it in a current variable. So go and cast it, cast your data, and then inside article content concatenate it with the current data. Okay, after the concatenation we do not have to stop, we have to data get the next byte by using input stream reader dot read. So after that we want to after all we have read all of our data, we want to log it using log.i, and that is nothing but h. Oh my god, that is nothing but HTML content, and that content is inside this article content. So this will give me the HTML code, the background code of each article, and this means that we have all available data to be displayed on our mobile app. But I think at this point I should test it again. So go and run it again. Look at your locket. I think it will take time, because the HTML code, the background HTML code for each article, it is a lot of code, so it will take time. So at this point you have to be a little patient. I think I am connected with my emulator. So far we are not getting any data, but you will see in a moment that we will be experiencing or watching. Okay, and at this moment I want to open up this task manager and go and see that what you are doing what your Wi-Fi is doing. I mean, you can notice that we have little fluctuation in the receive kilobytes. So this means that we are getting some type of data. So okay, I just want to do this. All right, all right, all right. So it is happening. Okay, so now you can see that the it is fetching the HTML code for these different articles. So this is the HTML code for the first article. You can see here, and this is really amazing. And then moving ahead, it will show, I mean still it is processing, it will show the HTML code for the rest of the articles. So it is taking time, but you can see that somehow we are getting the data which is our objective. This is the data in the form of HTML. Okay, let me wait a little bit because still it's processing. See, yes, we are receiving some data. And in a moment you will see that we will be getting, so this is the HTML code for the first article. You can see the source, the title, okay, let's wait. We'll be only interested in getting data for one more, getting HTML code for one more article, and that will be enough for us. I think I should scroll here because it's a lot of space. So this is background task, and there you have it. Look at that, it's amazing. There you have it. We are retrieving all those HTML code for other article. And there you have it. And still it is processing, but I think you got the point. So now that we have the data in the form of HTML, we are now in a position to display it on the mobile screen in the list view. But for that we have to permanently store that data in our database, for which we will be using SQLite DBMS, and then we can see that all of our HTML code is displayed here, and then we can retrieve that data from the database. Database will act as a source for us and display it on the list view using our database adapter. So till then, Allah Hafiz.